Some stories are hidden not by silence, but by a single flash of light. A mysterious double flash in the middle of the Indian Ocean. No nation claimed it. No one accepted responsibility. Yet, every major intelligence agency in the world took notice. This wasn't just a glitch in a satellite system. It was a warning, a signal, and maybe, just maybe, an unsanctioned nuclear test that was never supposed to be found. Welcome to the Unknown Archive. Today, we uncover the chilling mystery behind one of the most debated and classified events of the Cold War, the Vela Incident. It's September 22nd, 1979. Deep in the South Atlantic, between the icy waters near Bouvet Island and the coast of Antarctica, an American satellite known as Vela 6911 is silently orbiting the Earth. This satellite wasn't made to take photos or measure weather patterns. Its job was singular and deadly: to detect nuclear detonations. A sentinel of the Cold War, built not to observe but to warn, to sound the silent alarm in the event of humanity's most devastating weapon being unleashed. And on this day, it does just that. A double flash, the exact fingerprint of a nuclear explosion, triggers the system. It's unmistakable. A brilliant initial burst of light, followed by a second, longer-lasting pulse. This unique pattern is known to weapons experts as the double flash signature. It's what a nuclear detonation looks like in the vacuum of space. The Vela satellite, long thought to be outdated and near retirement, suddenly becomes the center of the world's most alarming mystery. Despite its aging instruments, Vela 6911 sensors remain precise, and the signal it captures is clear. A nuclear explosion has occurred. Somewhere. Somehow. And no one knows who did it. The U.S. Department of Defense goes into immediate lockdown. Red alerts are triggered. Communications buzz in encrypted channels. The CIA, the NSA, the White House, they all scramble to answer one burning question. Who detonated a nuclear bomb in secret? Was it the Soviet Union, pushing boundaries in a clandestine test? Was it South Africa, rumored for years to be developing nuclear capabilities with outside help? Or perhaps Israel, whose nuclear ambitions have always been cloaked in denial and ambiguity? What unfolds in the days and months that follow is a tale of political denial, scientific controversy, and a government unwilling, or unable, to admit what had really happened. And that, my friends, is just the beginning. This was during the height of nuclear tension. The world had carefully calculated arms treaties, surveillance, and deterrence. But a rogue test, that wasn't just a violation, it was a threat. The first suspect? South Africa. At the time, it was known that South Africa was developing nuclear capabilities, despite international condemnation. But South Africa wasn't alone. Whispers began to spread about a secret partnership, one that had been rumored for years. Partnership with Israel. Israel officially has never confirmed or denied having nuclear weapons. But intelligence sources, leaked documents, and defector testimony have long pointed to a hidden arsenal developed with utmost secrecy. So was this double flash an Israeli-South African joint nuclear test? The evidence starts to mount. Ships were spotted moving suspiciously in the area weeks before the incident. Weather balloons and aircraft had conducted atmospheric experiments nearby, and South African vessels had been operating under military-grade radio silence. But then something strange happens. The U.S. government begins to backpedal. First, they seem alarmed. Internal memos, classified briefings, even the National Security Council begin to build a case that a nuclear detonation occurred. But by mid-1980, the Carter administration releases a public report claiming that the satellite data was inconclusive. They say it could have been a micrometeoroid impact, or even a cosmic ray triggering the sensors. Really? A satellite designed to detect nuclear tests mistook cosmic interference for a double flash? Many scientists and intelligence officials weren't buying it. In fact, Dr. Victor Jelinsky, a former commissioner of the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission, would later say that the official explanation was deeply flawed and politically motivated. But let's pause for a moment. Why cover it up? Because acknowledging a rogue nuclear test would have triggered international consequences, sanctions, diplomatic fallout, and possibly military escalation. The Carter administration was heavily invested in nuclear non-proliferation at the time. Admitting that a close ally like Israel had broken nuclear testing norms could have shattered their entire foreign policy platform. So, according to many, they did what governments do best when faced with inconvenient truths. They buried it. Fast forward to decades later. Declassified documents, whistleblower accounts, and scientific reevaluations have continued to support the idea that the Vela incident was indeed a nuclear test. In 1997, the CIA released a heavily redacted report that referenced foreign nuclear cooperation between South Africa and a third country. That third country, of course, is widely believed to be Israel. Even South African officials, after the end of apartheid, admitted that they had developed and dismantled nuclear weapons, and that they had once collaborated with a foreign nation. The Vela incident was never mentioned directly, but the implications were clear. Let's talk about the technology itself. Vela satellites were equipped with bang meters, specialized light sensors that detect the unique double flash pattern of a nuclear explosion. An initial brilliant burst, followed by a second, longer-lasting flash. This pattern cannot be replicated by lightning, meteors, or cosmic rays. Only a nuclear detonation can produce it. And the 1979 event? It matched that signature perfectly. Independent scientists, like those at the Los Alamos National Laboratory, supported the conclusion that the Vela detection was real. So why does the official story still deny it? Here's where it gets even darker. Some theorists believe the US intentionally allowed the test to happen, that it was a test of a new type of low-yield, tactical nuclear device, and that Israel and South Africa were being used as proxies to conduct it. Others say the US had full knowledge, but looked the other way to maintain plausible deniability. One thing is certain. The Vela incident remains one of the most well-documented unsolved nuclear mysteries in history. Even now, no nation has ever claimed responsibility. No official confirmation has ever been issued. And yet, the data, the timing, the geopolitical context, it all points to one conclusion. So what does this mean for us today? In a world where nuclear technology is more accessible than ever, and where satellite surveillance has only become more advanced, we have to ask, how many Vela incidents have gone unnoticed or unreported? Since 1979, what deals are made in the shadows? What weapons have been tested in silence? And how many nations are prepared for nuclear war, even as they publicly deny it? The truth about the Vela incident may never be fully known, but the evidence, the silence, and the political implications all suggest that something very real and very dangerous happened in those remote waters over 40 years ago. The flash was brief, the cover-up, lasting, but the shadow it casts is eternal. Let us know what you believe in the comments. And if there's a Cold War mystery or nuclear secret you want us to uncover next, drop it down below. We just might feature it. Thanks for watching The Unknown Archive. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and remember, what you don't see can still destroy everything.